And welcome to Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. I'm Steve Swatt with the Sacramento Report. In the next few minutes, we're going to talk about moving from marriage equality to full equality for California's LGBT community. My guest this segment is John O'Connor, who is Executive Director of an organization called Equality California. Thank you very much for being with us.
It is my pleasure.
So your group is an advocacy group for the LGBT community, and you've, in California and several other states, you've basically won the war over marriage equality. Where do you go from here?
Sure. Well, there are a lot of places we can go from here. Marriage equality has returned to California, and that's a great thing for same-sex people who would like to marry, as well as anyone in the state who cares about fairness. But we are not a single-issue organization, nor have we ever been, and there are many other pressing concerns for our community, both legislative concerns as well as in the broader community. And so there's a lot of work to be done.
For example?
For example, safe schools. We know that LGBT youth face bullying and harassment and often skip school or run away, and so they're suffering in the learning environment, and bringing safe schools policies totally up to standard in this state is a priority for us. Seniors, transgender people, we know, for example, we just faced a referendum attempt, an attempt that would have sought to remove non-discrimination protections for young transgender students in California schools. So our adversaries who have organized against us for years and years will remain our adversaries for many years to come. And our community will always need political power. Yes, there are some legislative needs still there. Our legislative package this year covers all stages of life, from birth certificates to death certificates and many things in between. However, our relevance as a political organization for our community is that the LGBT community will always need political power.
I know you're very concerned with and have legislation dealing with tax-exempt status for nonprofits that discriminate.
Well, yes, and not their status per se, but whether or not they're able to use a sales and use tax exemption. Nonprofit organizations in the state of California, our bill, SB 323, authored by Senator Ricardo Lara, would remove special tax exemptions from youth organizations that discriminate. And it's not an attempt to dictate any organization's membership policy, but rather a statement that in California, we don't condone discrimination, and we certainly don't think it should be funded by taxpayer dollars.
I want to ask you very briefly in the time we have left about health care, because I know your organization was enlisted to try to find the uninsured population of the LGBT community to sign up for the Affordable Care Act. And so I guess, how has that gone? And is that a special problem within this community in terms of being insured?
Yeah, great question. So our community, we know, every time it's been measured, as well as anecdotally, we know that the LGBT population suffers disproportionately from a lack of access to health care. And this is a historic opportunity for us to address a very real disparity that our community faces. And we were lucky enough, fortunate enough, to receive extraordinary funding from the California Endowment and establish a robust partnership with Covered California to reach out to LGBT people who we have a special ability to reach where the people are. So we're meeting them out in the field in communities all across the state.
All right. Well, unfortunately, we're out of time for this segment. We could talk for many more minutes on this subject, but thank you very much for being here, John O'Connor.
Such a pleasure. Thank you.
And thanks to our viewers also for watching Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. A reminder, you can see this and other interviews on YouTube and also My Government On Demand. Have a great day.